I'm going to break down why trust is so important and how to build it. And I'm actually going to start not with trust itself, but I'm going to start with storytelling. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to give this example. 2 stories.
Mm-hmm.
Story A. Okay, I'm going to draw. Okay, I'm going to do this. Story A and B. And you're going to tell me which is more relatable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Story 1. This morning, I woke up and, I got out of my bed, went into the bathroom, and I was squeezing out the Oral-B toothpaste onto my little pink brush. So I use my girlfriend's toothbrush. And I'm brushing my teeth. And as I'm brushing my teeth, I look into the mirror and I just think, damn, this is really cool. I'm actually living the life of my dreams. Story A. Okay. Story B. Story B, I'm actually going to have a plot twist though. Because I'm going to try and make story B more descriptive, but not in the way you expect. So, story B. This morning I woke up and, I took the quilt off my Gucci blanket. I'm actually staying in this really nice super yacht right now. And as I open the cabin door, I then go into the closet or I go into the bathroom. And there's this incredible panoramic view of, just the ocean. I'm in the middle of the Atlantic. And I squeeze out my Louis Vuitton toothbrush, the toothpaste onto my toothbrush. And as I'm brushing my teeth, looking into this gold mirror, I think, man, I'm really living the life of my dreams. Which do you relate to?
I would say the first one is actually more relatable.
Yeah.
For me personally. For now.
This one. Fuck, I'm terrible at this. This one is more relatable. But this one's more descriptive. If I'm selling to you, is it better to use story A or story B?
Probably A.
I'm really glad.
He's hyping me up too much.
I'm really glad you said that. A, because when someone buys from you, they have to trust 3 things. And I'm actually going to explain to you why I got really good at this in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because I realized it today. So, I know you probably hate how I'm doing this.
No, that's fine.
But like trust is really important because someone buys someone. When someone buys something, they have to trust you, your product, and who you represent.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon Belfort talks about this. Before I go briefly into this, A is more relatable than B, even though B is more descriptive. By making A more relatable, it becomes a better story for you to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
But we relate because we're tribal creatures. But not only that, you can like relive A more. And sorry, not only that, but what's crazy is if I told story A to the person that lives story B, would they find it also relatable?
No.
I think they would, brushing their teeth and looking in the mirror, because I use less descriptive things.
Okay. Because I was thinking if you're used to that lifestyle, then I can imagine that you recognize more elements.
Yes, this would be better, but A will still work.
Yeah, right.
That's my point.
Mm-hmm.
A will still work because I'm talking about
lowest common denominator. Yeah.
And people forget this. A is leveraging the lowest common denominator thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying this because you can use this in all stories and then also all of the sales that you do. And we'll break this down in a second. But to give you another example, I could say, okay, I'm going to tell you about how I went from $500,000 in debt to making $1 million. Or that's like one, just the hook. Or I'm going to tell you about how I went from being in debt to making $1 million.
Right. That's more
Which do
interesting.
you want to listen to more?
The second one.
Because it's more relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Because being $500,000 in debt, how many people have been $500,000 in debt?
Yeah.
Not as many people have been in debt.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because A is more descriptive there. Or like
Yeah.
500,000 is more descriptive than just in debt. So if
Mm-hmm.
I read it, I'd think, oh, that's going to be a better story to tell because I've added more descriptive words. But in
Mm-hmm.
reality, when you listen to it, the second one, which has less descriptive words and less detail, is actually a better story because we want to listen to it more because it relates to me.
Mm-hmm.
And who does everyone care the most about? Themselves.
Mm-hmm.
This is human psychology with
Yeah.
storytelling, with trust, with selling.
Mm-hmm.
Is this stuff
Yeah, you
clear?
leave it up. Yeah, you basically leave it up to the imagination, I would say. The little details. And then
Because
people
when
can
you leave
fill
it
it
up
in
to
with
the
their own stuff.
imagination, what does the brain do?
It fills it in for itself.
Exactly. It fills it in with itself, with what it wants.
Mm-hmm.
It will project what it wants onto you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very smart.
It's smart, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You can leverage this in like over time when we get you testimonials for these cybersecurity firms and all of this stuff, we can leverage it with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Now, I'm gonna drink some water.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about trust. Do you want to know the amazing thing about when you launch your own business?
No. What is it?
Right.
Your independence.
Bollocks. For someone to buy, so this is for after. For someone to buy, they need to trust these three things, right? Jordan Belfort says this. They need to trust you, they need to trust your product, and they need to trust who you represent, the company. If they don't trust one of these things, 10 out of 10, it's going to be very hard for you to sell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you a story. When I went to Dubai last year, I don't know if you know, but I was expanding a tech company there.
Yeah.
But it's difficult. The product was brand new in the market, and the company is a startup.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I got so good at this, because I had to sell a product that was brand new to, it was a regulation product, by the way. So risk averse product that was brand new to like different companies with
Mm-hmm.
brand new company. So the trust
Yeah.
was low, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. So you start from scratch.
Fuck, these are down arrows. I don't know why I drew it there. But that's why I've gotten very good at this, because what I realized, and that's why I made $30,000 in my first month, because I had to get really, really good at building trust in me.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me to sell, and I sold a lot, I had to have this like
Dialed up to 11.
1,000, huh?
Dialed up to 11.
Yeah.
In case you get the reference.
No, I didn't, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. But basically what I'm trying to say is like my trust in me had to be like 1,000 times
Mm-hmm.
what it normally is to sell, because there was no trust in the product and there was no trust in who I represented. And people literally said to me, I'm buying this because of you, Piero.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to break down how we build that trust. And before we do that, let's actually break down why, when you launch your own business, it's going to be amazing. Why do you think, before I give it to you?
That they trust you, or how to build
Why
it?
is it so amazing? If you can have get really good at trust in you.
Oh, so then you can sell anything.
Not just that. No, why is it amazing when you can get really good at building trust in you? Why is it amazing when you build your own business? Why is it going to make you a lot of money quickly?
Well, because I don't know, because then you don't have to have a great product yet or an established company yet.
Because I did this horribly, so I'm going to do this. Because you equal your product because you equal who you represent.
Oh, right.
How amazing is that?
Yeah, that solves all your problems.
Because think about it, Ids. Let's be like with us.
Mm-hmm.
You trusted me, fair enough.
Yeah.
Did you really know my product?
Well, you are the product, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Who did I represent?
Yourself. Yeah.
So what did I just need to do?
Sell me on you.
Just focus on building trust with me.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we'll do with you. So you can do this.
Yeah.
This is like human psychology, sales, and storytelling all in one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, when this clicks, you'll make a shit ton of money with this. It's not even funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a bit crazy if you think about it.
Let's go.
So how do we develop trust into you? Because this, like my point, the reason I'm saying this, because this is to me like a mind fuck. And it took me a long time to realize this. It's honestly recent that I like really, because I was like, how is it possible? I don't even know my product. I don't even have Stripe set up.
Right. Yeah.
It's because me trust is big. So it'll be the same for you when we launch your cybersecurity business. How do we develop trust in me? Or how do we develop trust in you? What are things that we can do? Because the reason I'm focusing on this is like, well, I've actually already said it, but it's like, we're going to close more, better relationships, and I guess those are the main things, right?
Mm-hmm.
This way I want more trust. But because, you know, I don't want to be just bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
What specifically can we do to increase trust?
Well, Michael says you need repeated exposure. So when you get to know each other better over a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Also social proof, like if you hang out with people who are already trusted, then it sort of transfers to you. Familiarity, yeah.
What else?
Testimonials, but I don't know. That's
Well, that's social proof, right?
yeah, right.
We'll break down all of these.
I don't know, be a good person, I guess. Oh, relatability.
Fuck's sake. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, being connected somehow, having things in common, maybe.
Well, that's relatability, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
The last one begins with V.
The virality of vulnerability, right?
I think I spelled this wrong as well, didn't I?
Yeah, the N or
Bollocks.
the
It's fine.
second
It's
V.
okay. Sorry, I can't be asked.
Vulnerability. Yeah.
Thanks. Right. Can we agree these things will increase trust?
Mm-hmm.
Which goes
Yes.
back to making more money, better relationships, and an easier life.
Mm-hmm.
So, should we break these down one by one?
Yes.
Let's fucking go. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Familiarity bias. I'm going to put exposure. How do we do this?
You show up, you meet people every once in a while, basically spaced repetition, but then not for knowledge, but for exposure.
I think this is why.
Right.
Content. Good content. I think those are the things. It's basically like content and then meeting face to face.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because it's not just once. This exposure thing, it happens over time.
Yeah.
What color do you want now? Social proof.
Let's do purple.
By the way, is this clear or do you have questions on this?
Yeah, no, that's kind of what Men of Action is also about with the stories. If you post every day, then people get reminded that you exist. And if you then show off your life, they can see what you're doing. You build a parasocial relationship out of it.
It's true. We're tribal creatures. You feel like you trust the office worker that sits next to you and you never speak to them. You sit next to them every day. You will trust that person more than a random stranger on the street, even though you don't actually know each other. You've just seen them more. Everything else aside. Social proof. How do we get social proof?
Hang out with people who already have trust.
Yeah.
Like, famous people or established leaders in the industry. Testimonials.
Okay, I'm sorry with my spelling, mate. But testimonials in some way, it doesn't have to be like, oh, like this guy helped with this, but we did X for Y. So for you, when you do your own cybersec, it's I did this for that company, right?
Yeah.
And we relate that company back to them. Fuck, this is actually a good point. God damn. I'm actually good.
We're doing some really good stuff. Yeah.
This is actually like good. We're going to testimonials have to be
relatable.
Okay, I can't spell that. They have to be relatable, ideally. And why top people have like 50 testimonials is because not only does it stack social proof of this guy's helped lots of people, but you'll care only about the one of the guy that this person helped that's similar to you. So and this is a bit of frame control, and I'm just like emotional intelligence, but when you go to selling your services, it's how do I tailor this? How do I tailor my testimonial so that these other people actually like I relate to that customer?
Yeah.
Fair?
So they can trust that it works for them too.
I'm actually going to write borrowed credibility. You can get borrowed credibility with this is a whole lot. I'm so sorry, man. But we can get borrowed credibility from association. So what can we associate with?
People, companies, I guess.
We want to try and build some type of association with this
brand association.
Yeah, basically. Are these pens drawing not thick? Anyway. So, for example, in my life, in the coaching space, I'm like, well, I did my first ever mastermind with William Brown, big person. Or I can speak about, yeah, I have a friend that has like 3 million subscribers. He's done a podcast with me. Or like Michael Sartain, like MOA, or like all of this stuff. There's important people that know me, you know. All the more I did a podcast with.
Well, people who know you.
Yeah. And I tailor that to make it relatable to the person I'm speaking to. Like, for example, if I'm selling these services, I'm honestly, no one else really knows about MOA, so I'm not going to tell other people about that. I'll tell you because that's relatable for you.
Right. Yeah.
Or like the members. You might not know what that is, but other people that don't know, they're like, what was that?
Yeah.
Oh, this trip with Monaco and whatever. Important companies and institutions. I used to do this. For me was, okay, well, and I used to do it all the time. I used to say, hey guys, like I used to do this when in my old thing. I was like, yo, so I'm Piero and I used to work at Bloomberg. What did I study? And then I would always say, because this is true as well, like Bank of America or like Credit Suisse, which actually have low trust because they went bankrupt. Like I'd sometimes I'd be like, I went to Goldman a few times. This was with Bloomberg, but it doesn't matter. It's the association. And on top of that, I would say I used to work in London, Paris, Zurich, because this is true. In the Middle East, you say this, people are like, wow, important. In the banking sector, wow, Bank of America. Tech sector, wow, Bloomberg. I read economics and finance at the top university and got a first class. Really, all I'm doing is I'm just associating with that
yourself with all those statuses. Yeah,
I'm like borrowing credibility from that other thing, which does what? Which gives me basically social proof, which basically
makes
increases
people trust you,
which makes me close. It's actually crazy. I'm actually breaking it down fully. I'm surprised myself.
It's really good.
So that's like the deep level of it. And this is my examples. We're going to have to write out for you like what borrowed credibility we can have.
Yeah.
So for you, over time, it's not, because it's all about how you frame it. It's not, I used to work for a small tech startup. It's, I worked for this startup that used to service Microsoft.
Right, yeah. But for a startup that sells the best training.
And don't say Microsoft Germany. Say Microsoft. Just leave it at Microsoft.
Just Microsoft, yeah. ASML.
It's about framing it. Is that clear?
Yeah. No, that makes total sense.
So that's social proof. Leverage.
Leverage.
What was I going to say about leverage? I think with leverage, I'll get rid of that here. It was more about just leveraging those other things.
Okay.
So
I was thinking,
it might come back to me, but I've lost that train of thought. So, what color?
Let's do the green.
This green? Or we'll do this green.
The dark one. Yeah.
How do we increase relatability?
We share experiences that they have had too, struggles, problems that they're dealing with that we have solved.
I think an easier way to put this is just like relatability is basically just like, what do we have in common?
In common, yeah.
Right? This is like, when all salespeople are like, you need to build rapport. This is what I'm talking. This is what they're talking about.
Okay.
The thing is, you need like if the more of these you have, the more you make.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
relatability. What do we have in common? Well, what things can we have in common? We can have the following in common. We can have,
Mindsets, I guess. Mindset, maybe.
I think,
As well as-
so I was actually, it can be a thing. I think it's like actual other things. And it can be little things. So, but I'll give you an example. So it's like easy things. It's like,
Oh, right. Yeah. What do you do? Stay.
yeah, like,
Mm-hmm. What are your hobbies? Favorite music, that kind of stuff.
yeah. So like, so
Mm-hmm.
at most networking events, what do people say? They say, "Oh, where are you from? What
Mm-hmm.
do you do for work? Are you going anywhere fun?" If they're thinking out the box, what are they trying to do? They're trying to grip
Science
on,
connects.
but it's tragic. So not in a rude way, but it's tragic because they're trying to. Everyone does the same thing because they're just like, well, I guess this is the easy one, which is what do we have in common? Which is, oh, I'm building the what
Yeah.
is it? Right?
Mm-hmm. That is the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, they just view it as the low-hanging fruit. But it doesn't work as well. But it's like paired with other things. So where are you from? What did you study? What did you do? This is why I really recommend, with the whole raw dogger stuff, I really recommend like doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For example,
Yeah.
if we talk about it, for example, me, I'm going like tonight I'm flying to Amsterdam, then early next week I'm going to Madrid, then I'm going to Dubai. No, yeah, then I'm going to Dubai, then I'm going to Italy, then I'm going to Lithuania and London. That's silly, but why is travel so good? Because now, Lithuania, for example, I'm going to Lithuania before the New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
If I now, for the rest of my life, ever meet someone from Lithuania, I can relate to them
Right.
because I've done something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go see a comedy show on Monday. Can't remember the dude's name, but by seeing that comedian, if I ever meet someone who mentions that comedian,
Yeah,
relatability,
relatability. Yeah.
something in common. This is why it's so important to actually live your life with the whole raw dogger stuff, because by getting out there and actually doing stuff, you build you build things that you can have in common. But most people don't do that, right?
Nope. And then you have nothing to say, nothing to share.
Yeah. So that's honestly like the problem. The more outside the box, the better. So like the weirder, the better. So for you, with those like the cybersecurity people, maybe if you talk more about
The gaming stuff, probably.
the gaming stuff, since
Mm-hmm.
and start low comment. Oh bloody hell! This is actually so good. Oh, why did I do this? Sorry. The text is.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put this here. So, do you want to have a guess what I mean by this?
You start with the simplest things, the most basic things of life, and then you slowly go into more specific niche hobbies and whatnot.
For example, hey, do you do you play video games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I play video games. Oh, cool. What video games do you play? Oh, CS:GO. Awesome. I used to play that as well. But start low, and then end higher.
Yeah.
The more you do, the higher ends you can go on. For example, oh, you like to travel? Cool. Where's the last place you went to? Oh, Madrid. Awesome. I'm going next week.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, I'm going to Madrid next week. You like to travel?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Not just it's a little weird, but what happens if I start with the more specific thing? I can alienate people that otherwise I could have got.
Hmm.
I don't really like as a word, but could have built that relatability with.
Yeah. Yeah. Feels exclusive a little bit, a little out of touch, maybe.
You're just like building on this, really.
Hmm.
That's why you start low and then end higher.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Last two things here.
Mhm.
Authenticity. What color? Red.
Blue, or yeah, red's fine.
Blue, blue. Right. Sorry. Don't have much space. But authenticity. How do we develop authenticity?
Raw dogging it, I guess.
Amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. Just being real.
I think that's a nice way to put it. Let me see what I wrote earlier because I did something similar on this. Oh my God, I started ranting. Ah,
Make them feel heard.
right. Authenticity. Yeah, this is what I wrote.
Stop caring.
And I don't mean this in like a way that's
Hmm.
really, oh, fuck everything. But just by being detached from the outcome,
Hmm.
it's the exact same with dating, right? If you go on a date with a really attractive girl and it has to go well, ain't gonna go well.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think that also ties into the courage to be disliked. There's
Yeah.
this philosophy about detaching yourself from a lot of expectations from yourself and from other people. And you
Mhm.
have to accept that some people are just not going to like you no matter what you do. So you might as well stop giving a shit. And then you're certainly free mentally.
Yep.
Definitely helped me a lot, actually.
What other things can you do to stop caring about social pressure?
Um,
Thing.
be grateful for what you have or something.
Huh?
Be grateful for what you already have.
Um,
That's maybe.
I know I changed the blue, but it's fine.
Hmm.
The reason why dating, for example, why is Mike Sartain like? Why is he very good with girls, or like he doesn't care because he's been on like a million dates, that man,
Hmm.
right? Why
Yeah.
does if you gave Jordan Belfort the phone right now and you're like, sell this guy, would he care?
No.
A million times before,
Hmm.
so he's been exposed to it.
Right.
That's one thing, but how do you do that when you've started? It's hard, right?
You need to get the reps in.
Yeah, but it's hard because I want you to have success from the get-go, not just like
Right.
right.
Take 10 years.
So this is one thing,
Mm.
exposure therapy, doing other hard things. For example, my lord,
Yeah. Basically, step out of your comfort zone.
we'll do mindset another day because I'm gonna start going down a random rabbit hole.
Okay.
We'll do mindset another day. But mindset of not caring is really important to develop. But in the meantime, we can do these two things.
Mm-hmm.
This will build on another call. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
cool. Are we happy with this one?
Yeah.
Are we happy with all of this stuff so far?
Yeah, I just need to bring it into reality.
We will. We'll do some practice. But the last one is vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
Why is vulnerability which color?
That's the yellow, I guess. Is that good?
I can't see that.
No.
Red, I can see red. I know
Yeah, that's good.
I don't have any red here. Right. Why is this important? I'm going to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Oxytocin in the brain goes up when we're vulnerable, which is literally the connection chemical.
Right.
So that's why it's important. Clear? Because some people are like, why be vulnerable? It's dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, it's counterintuitive.
It sounds dumb, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
This is an arrow. It's a horrible arrow. Next question is,
How do we do it without being exploited?
fair?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good example of this. Did you see when it was like, I think it's fairly recently, but Meta, they released some ad. It was Zuckerberg did a press conference and the VR goggles just failed.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of stuff in it.
But
Going
after they
down.
failed, they had a lot of developers apply to work there.
Oh.
Yeah, they did. They had a spike in development applications. Why? Not just because they might be like, oh, there's something we can fix there, which might be it. But I'd argue it's because they thought, oh, this company is willing to look stupid because they're actually willing to try, and they could connect with that.
Oh, like that. Yeah.
You can't ever no, nothing's perfect. And I think especially in the corporate world, is everything absolutely perfect is bullshit. I would always say on the calls that I used to have, because it's true, I'd say, look, like we're working on this software, but we want to build this together. It's not perfect and it never will be because all of our needs evolve.
That is
Now, is that
interesting.
a collaborative or competitive frame?
Collaborative.
Does that help me sell more?
Yeah.
That's what we want, right?
Yeah. They can humanize with it.
Yeah. So how can we actually be vulnerable? Any ideas? Not stupid edition.
Just like admitting when you're struggling, stuff like that.
Like being honest.
Honesty.
Opening up about your personal relationships is a fantastic way to do this because everyone has relationships and you can do it in the lowest common denominator. For example, if I speak about the relationship with my dad or my mom, that's relatable.
Right.
Especially at networking. Hey man, like real cool to meet you. You're talking about whatever. Oh, I actually have a problem with my girlfriend right now. Like, I'd actually love your input. Everyone that's above you will help you. No one, people below you don't really care. But if there's anyone the same as you or above you, they will help you because they're coming at it from a higher paradigm. And the higher paradigm someone is, the more willing they like to help. The more willing they are to help.
Okay.
But no one realizes that. But what's annoying is no one wants to give advice about your business. If you're at dinner with me and you're like, hey, can I ask you about my business? I'd kind of like, if I didn't know you, I'd be like, eh. Fair?
Yeah.
Especially if I'm rich.
Yeah, you don't give a shit.
But if I'm rich and you're like, can you give me just like a bit of advice about my girlfriend? I'd say, yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
I would, wouldn't I? Has anyone taught you this?
Not this particular detail.
There you go. I know you want
That's
to say
also
more, not quite.
very controversial.
It's actually going deep.
Mm-hmm.
So we can open up about our relationships is a really good way to be vulnerable, which is a really good way to build trust, which builds this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So honesty, open up in our relationships is one thing that we can do. The other thing to be vulnerable is to tell stories. I know I'm going backwards and it looks horrible, but
Mm-hmm.
it's to give vulnerable stories. And you don't have to do this in a way that's like, oh, I messed this up or something, you know, but just like it can be little things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
This is why they say in job interviews, it's fantastic to, if someone's like, what's your biggest weakness? You want to flip it into a good thing. So for example, you can say, honestly, we had another client that actually had the specific problem that you're asking about. No, let's say your product has a bit of a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your product can't fulfill that gap, right?
Yeah.
You say, to be honest, I have a lot of clients that actually want that, and we don't do it right now, but we are working on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of in a product in a selling sense, because what am I doing? I'm making it vulnerable because I'm saying, look, we don't have what you want,
Right. And you're
but
being honest.
I'm showing a growth attitude with it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
ideally, you want to like end the vulnerable stories on a positive basis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're honest about it, so that helps.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. Or do you have questions?
Yeah, the vulnerability is about you have to avoid being weak, right? Because vulnerability does technically set you up for
See, I know you're
bad.
coming at this from the like hacking computer framework, but it's not that.
Mm.
It's only
Oh,
vulnerable if you like, it's only weak if you let it be weak.
okay.
For example, if I cry in front of my girlfriend, I can make that like a vulnerable weak thing, or I can say I'm comfortable enough in my own skin that I have the power to cry in front of my girlfriend and not give a shit.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Same situation, two different outcomes.
Yeah. So you need to be so strong that your vulnerabilities are kind of not even vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
that's why with the vulnerability, you can just talk about other relationships,
Mm-hmm.
because this doesn't require you to open up about things that you fucked up.
Yeah.
This is more like not opening up, but more like asking for help.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you have questions on the vulnerable thing?
No, that's pretty much it.
Do you have questions on the real thing?
Yeah, being real. That's gonna take some work probably.
Yeah.
The
These
mindset's probably gonna be quite important.
for you, 100%. I think we've got to
Mm-hmm.
work this mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Relatability. What do you have in common?
Yeah, that makes total sense. And on that stuff, yeah.
This makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's cool about all of this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
You know the positive feedback loop of life. Have I shown you this?
Yep.
Fine. I'd argue everything that you do comes from how you feel.
Yeah.
Right? For example, you felt you were struggling a bit. So you felt in a state where you're like, I want help with this area of my life, which is why you reached out to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You as a company, you're feeling annoyed that you're vulnerable with your cybersecurity. So you do action, which is you reach out to companies for help. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what have I then said? I've said feeling gives action. What happens with action?
You get a result.
Yeah. No. There's one more thing I'd argue with the result. I think it's like about this like undeniable evidence. Because the reason I'm saying this is when you have the evidence, it's easier to have the feeling, which gives you the action, which gives you the result, which reinforces the evidence,
Mm-hmm.
which reinforces. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it reminds me of a loop that I learned from someone else about how feelings lead to, what was it? A new situation leads to new feelings lead to new memories lead to new behaviors, and then those new behaviors lead to, again, new situations, and then you repeat the cycle. And
Similar.
that's how you replace bad emotions.
Exactly. So my feeling is like, what I want to say is the focus then has to be on how to improve the feelings. That should be the focus. But then the other focus should be what actually specific action can you take? Because you can feel motivated to do something, but if you don't actually know what to do, then it's useless.
Yeah.
Right? That's why this stuff, this is real pragmatic things that you can do.